If you think that the only way to start attracting more clients is to just show up more consistently and push harder, and doing so is not yielding the results that you want to see, then there's a good chance that there's a deeper issue. It might be your marketing strategy, it might be your messaging in your marketing, but it could also be something else. Your offers. Trying to sell something that you don't really believe in or don't enjoy, or you aren't clear on the value of, or people don't really want, it's gonna be an uphill battle. But don't worry, because even if your offers are part of the problem, small tweaks can go a long way. And if you want to work for yourself full-time doing work that you enjoy, then making these tweaks is actually going to make your life a lot easier and more enjoyable. I'm gonna go and make a cup of tea, and then let's dig into why, how, what you can do about it. Before we get into the actual shifts, I want to give you the why of what I'm about to share, because I don't ask anyone to follow my advice just because I said so, and understanding how this stuff works is so important to applying it to your business in a way that is actually helpful. So let me illustrate. You're able to support yourself full-time as a business owner because people pay you, obviously, and the money comes in when you offer them your services. Duh. With that, essentially everything that you do in your business is either to get people into that service, to deliver on that service, or to stay up to date on administrative and legal stuff so that you are able to offer that service. So essentially, everything in your business has to align with your offers in order to be effective, to make it so that you can feasibly do this full time. In other words, let's say that you sell copywriting services. The places that you show up, the messaging that you share, the content that you create, the website that you publish, and the way that you deliver those services all need to be in line with the specific type of person that you want to work with, the particular challenge that person is having, and the outcome that you promise. This is what we call alignment. Essentially, for your marketing efforts, and really all of the efforts in your business to be effective, they need to be aligned with your offers. And that means that you have two choices. You can either change all of those things that you're doing in your business, or you can change your offers. So let's take alignment one step further. What about the things that you actually enjoy doing, that you really care about, that you believe in, and that you value? Well, if your offers are not aligned with that, it essentially leaves you with two options. Abandon those things in the day-to-day operations of your business so your business runs effectively, or stay true to you and continue to spin your wheels. Honestly, unless you're doing something unethical, I don't really care what you choose to do. Plenty of people are perfectly happy having a job or a business where they have to compartmentalize themselves a little bit more, and that's okay. But for many of us, that's just not what we want for our businesses, and it's not why we decided to work for ourselves. And that's why for people like you and I really recommend taking a look at your offers and seeing if you can shift them so that they are more aligned with what you really care about and what you really value and enjoy doing. So that way, everything else, when it falls aligned with that, is a little bit more enjoyable and more sustainable for you. And at the end of the day, all of this sets you up to be able to do this consistently over time, which really is always going to give you a higher chance of success. And here is the other very important piece. Your offers also need to be effective. You need to do what you say you're going to do. If you tell people that you're able to get them a particular result, you need to have a way of reliably doing that. This is how you build trust, retain clients, get referrals, have old clients come back. Ultimately, it takes so much of the weight off of your marketing, and your offers end up doing a lot of the work for you. So let's talk about some of the things that you can do to create offers that are more aligned and also more effective. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh. The first really crucial thing is you've got to make sure that what you're offering is actually for the people that you want to work with. If you really feel yourself clicking with people who are at a certain stage in their journey or have certain characteristics or qualities, then you want to make sure that the offers that you're putting out there are for them, not for people who are not really a match for you. I really recommend getting clear on the exact types of people that you want to work with, but I don't think that you need to create an ideal customer avatar. I actually think the best way to do this is think of real people. Who is an actual person who you know that you could support? Maybe it's a past client, maybe it's somebody who you know from outside of your business and they have the exact struggle that you know you could help with, or they would be an ideal person for you to sit down with in one of these offers and you would be really comfortable guiding them. I want you to think about these people by name. as actual people. Get clear on what those people are struggling with that you want to help them with, what they think they need to do to solve that problem, and what you know is true about that. Why that isn't the real solution or why it hasn't been working. So for example, let's say that you work with people who want to change careers. Maybe they think that what they need to do is get their resume exactly right, but you know that really before they do that, they need to get clear on the types of jobs that they want to be applying for. There's a couple of things that you can do with this information. You can be specific with the type of people that you want to work with, or people who already know what jobs they would be a great fit for. Or you can educate the people that you're already connecting with, who you enjoy working with, on why this is such a crucial piece, and then incorporate it into your offers to make your offer more effective. Either way, this puts you in a much better position to attract the people who you really want to be working with, to stand out as somebody who knows something that they don't and can offer a fresh solution. Offer something that actually gets the desired result, and honestly probably feels a lot better for you to show up to and to market because you really believe in it. You're not having to say it the right way, you're just able to tell the truth about how this really works. This reminds me of back when everyone seemed to be talking about scaling businesses, and at the end of the day, before you can scale, you need to have a solid foundation for your business. So all of these people who were talking about scaling their business but were getting in front of and connecting with people who were just at the starting point, well, it's a major mismatch. So they have a couple of options, right? Either realize that they're not connecting with people that they really want to be working with and go and connect with people who have more established businesses, or say, no, I do want to work with business owners who are at the very beginning, and shift the offer so that it is aligned for what they need at that time. Okay, the second thing, you got to have a clear objective with your offers. If you are a coach, listen up. One of the most common things that I see struggling coaches do is they're just offering sessions, offering packages of sessions, lengths of sessions, and they're just trying to sell sessions. And while there certainly is nothing wrong with getting started this way, seriously, there is nothing wrong with it. We all start somewhere. It's gonna be pretty challenging to market that beyond your first handful of clients unless you're already really established or known for some reason. Because people don't pay for what you put in, they pay for what they can expect to get out. So whatever it is that you're offering, you want to be crystal clear on what they can actually expect to get from this offer or service. Now listen up, because I do not want you to get confused. Just because I'm saying that you need to get specific doesn't mean that I'm telling you you need to get more tangible or measurable or boil everything down to some financial incentive. That works in some fields, but in many fields, honestly, outcomes just can't be measured numerically, and that's fine. So your job is not to create a case for return on investment necessarily. It's not to start making very explicit promises about the exact shift that people can expect to happen in their lives. Instead, your job is for you to be clear on the very specific thing that you are helping them with in your offer, and to be clear on why that thing is so important to achieving whatever their desired result is. When you clarify what the specific objective of the offer is, that's when you can make a clear case for why people should invest in working with you. And I have an entire podcast episode just on this, because people love to tell themselves that the reason that people aren't buying is because their prices are too high and the people that they're talking to just can't afford it. Really, it's usually more of an issue of they don't actually understand the value of what you're offering because you haven't made it clear. So point is, get clear on what you're actually selling, get clear on what the outcomes people can actually expect to get from working with you. It's gonna make it so much easier to create a more effective marketing plan. And by the way, I have an entire video just on creating a simple marketing plan. I will put that in the description. And I also have an entire course that helps you clarify your aligned offer. And this is part of what I help you get clear on in that course. Once you're clear on the objective of the offer, you need to be clear on how you are going to get people to that result. This can be really elaborate or it can be really simple, but the point is you have to have a plan. For one, explaining to people exactly how your offer works shows them that you have thought this through, you've done this before, you've got them. It also allows you to price your offer appropriately because you're clear on everything that's going to go into this. And again, it's going to make you much more confident when you show up to market it because you will know exactly what's going to happen when that person gets in front of you. Sometimes I notice that newer business owners, people who are less established and don't have that confidence, are kind of going through the motions of their marketing, but they haven't actually thought through what's going to happen when this person says yes. And having a clear process in place, you know exactly what to expect when that person gets there, and it's not all on you having to figure something out in the moment. If you have no plan for how you're actually going to deliver on your promise, it's really challenging to confidently talk about the value that you bring to working with your clients. And if you don't know exactly what's going to go into that offer, then naming a number that feels a little bit high when you're pricing it is going to feel a lot more nerve-wracking than if you're crystal clear on exactly why you charge what you charge. And finally, offer the thing that you actually want to offer. Do the thing that you really want to do, please. This comes down to alignment. I cannot tell you the number of clients who I have had come to me who want help making their businesses more sustainable, and we very quickly uncover that the real issue is there's a different thing that they actually want to be doing and they're trying to avoid it, or they're telling themselves that they need to get to a certain point before they can make that shift. There is nothing more unsustainable than running a business where you have to provide offers and services that you don't want to be offering. And never underestimate how good your brain is at distracting you from just doing the thing that you actually want to do because it feels uncomfortable. This was what happened to me in the beginning. And for me, what was so unsustainable and what is often unsustainable and ineffective for so many people who are avoiding offering what they really want to be offering is that when you show up in your marketing, when you show up on the platforms that you're on, you want to generally make sure that the things that you're talking about and sharing are relevant to what you sell and what you do, right? Alignment. Well, if you are offering something that you don't really want to be offering, and there's a different thing that you would rather be doing, chances are you really would just want to talk about stuff that's relevant to that other thing. And it feels forced to have to create content that is relevant to your current offers. Again, you can push yourself to get your marketing exactly right and align with those offers, or I think the easier thing to do, more uncomfortable, but easier long-term, more sustainable, is just change the offer so that you're not constantly fighting yourself in your marketing. Point being, shifting your offers to things that you really want to be providing is a risk. It is, but it also sets you up for so much more sustainable and effective marketing because at the end of the day, showing up to it is just easier. It's just easier to show up and enthusiastically talk about things that are relevant to that thing. And I have a story about this with my own business that I'll probably record an entire other video on because this is really what changed things for me and my business. So hopefully this gave you some things to think about when looking at your offers so that you can create more effective, sustainable, and aligned marketing. If you want to dive into how to create a simple and effective marketing plan for these offers, I do have another whole video on that. I'll link that in the description. And also check out the Aligned Business Portal. It's going to walk you through all of this so that you can create an aligned offer from which you can create more aligned, sustainable, and effective marketing. Ultimately, the goal here is that you are not trying to market your offers the right way, but that you can instead lead from a place of honesty and trust, and that marketing it feels a little bit easier and more sustainable for you because it's aligned with what you really care about.